Hi, a month ago in this video I predicted everything. Bitcoin going to 76k, breaching 70k, 72 an all-time high. I said this.
Now the ideal target for wave C is 1.38 extension of wave A. So we will use Fibonacci extensions from the beginning of 49k to this lower high and to the recent low of 52k. You can see that the 1.38 extension is at 76k, but the minimum target for wave C is 1-to-1 ratio of wave A. It's 69k, and from an Elliott point of view it would be okay. But if it breaks 49k and goes to 76k, I'm sure that it will jump through this area of 70k, 72k and 73k.
But not only that, when I made that video, I showed you relevant support levels where you could have had the best entry point for a long trade to 76k. I said this.
Don't forget that this trend channel here and this upper trend line can be relevant if the price starts dropping down, because it can be used as support. Now when the chart is cleared, I will place a green trend line to the recent price action. The first indication that the trend is changing and that the price is probably falling to the downside is if this trend line is broken.
So if you were watching my video from the beginning till the end, you would know exactly relevant support and resistance levels, targets, and where the probabilities shift to the bearish scenario. If you want to follow a person like me, who will only update you when targets are hit, like now, or when the probabilities shift to the other direction because relevant supports that I always mention are breached, you should subscribe to my channel. I won't bother you with everyday videos like that you will lose 99%, that you will miss out, that you have 3 hours left, and so on and blah 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 like those videos. I will only show you what you need to watch for and the targets, and update you when they are hit. So let me show you the next targets right now and which are the relevant support levels that you need to watch for. The first thing that I will do, I will remove this green trend line that is irrelevant anymore, that provided support before it was broken and that was indicating that the price will go down and probably find support at this yellow trend channel that I mentioned. And I will remove this yellow trend channel because it is irrelevant. I will place a new green trend line that will provide support for the price and continuation to the upside. These two bottoms are just fake outs to the downside. The first indication that the price is in a downtrend will be breaking this green trend line. The second indication that a more bearish scenario is happening is if the price breaks this red trend line that was previously resistance from the previous all-time high. It was retested 2 times as support when price broke through it. You can see it here, and the price then went off to 76k. Right now at this moment, because there is no weakness in the market and I don't see weakness in the price because of the bullish events like presidential elections and Fed cutting rates, I expect at this moment higher prices, despite me seeing this as a finished 3-wave sequence, A, B and C hitting 76k. The third wave can always extend, and I will place another extension at 1.618 that is located at around 82k. Not only that, those 82k's are right at the yellow trend line of the trend channel that was relevant in the whole bull market. If you see price continuing upwards without any weakness, you should keep an eye on this trend channel from the beginning of the bull market and this 82k. And I don't believe that the price will exceed those 82k's. There is, of course, the most bullish scenario that will go straight to 100k and the next Fibonacci extension of 200% of 90k that you can see here. But I don't believe that, because I have the view that we are in an ending diagonal in wave 5 that will consist of 3 waves in each of the 5 waves, and we have now finished maybe the first wave with 3 waves, 1, 2, 3 in the bigger first wave. But I need to talk about the bearish scenario. The problem right now are 2 things. Number 1, because this pump to the upside to 76k in the last few days was because of the news events. Most often when there is a pump or a dump because of news events, those wins get erased. What does that mean? This pump that was hyped because of the news, most often it gets filled and the price falls down, filling even this fair value gap on the daily chart. So don't be surprised if we get a sudden drop to around 69k. The second thing is, when we are in price discovery like now, you don't have any relevant resistances except Fibonacci extensions or trend lines that provide maybe resistance. So we can push higher and higher and higher until we get rejected of some of those levels. When watching on those two things, right now I wouldn't suggest to anyone, and this is no financial advice, to go long extremely or to short the market. To short the market, there's no weakness. At the moment, it doesn't mean that it won't be in a week. And to long the market, you don't know how high it will go actually. You should watch for the range to form or for the pullback to show you where we're going actually. And now I will talk about the bearish scenario. Eventually, maybe right now, or maybe when we hit 82k, I want to see a pullback in the wave 2. I mentioned it in the last video. A three-way move to the downside. 1, 2, 3 or ABC. Now, what shouldn't happen for us to be still in the bull market? The relevant support levels that need to hold. Number 1, I don't want this trend channel to be broken to the downside. So this yellow trend line is like support. Number 2, I don't want for wave 2 to breach 786 Fibonacci retracement. I will place a Fibonacci retracement tool from the beginning at 49k to the recent high, and you can see that it's located around, at the moment of shooting this video, around 54k. That's the second thing that I don't want it to go beneath that. Number 3 is this low here at 52k. This is the relevant low where we shifted the momentum from lower lows and lower highs to higher lows and higher highs. So I don't want to see those things broken. For the bullish scenario, that would mean that we are in wave 2 if it is a three-wave move, and that we will continue higher to 100k in wave 3 to the upside. Let me show you just one more thing. The similarity of this pump to the upside and price discovery compared to 2021. You can see here the first top that formed in April 2021. We reached here, we were rejected, we fell down. The same thing happened in March 2024. We reached this high, we were rejected and we fell down. The second push to the upside was in 3 waves, 1, 2, 3. We were rejected here at the same trend line and we fell down. And the second push to the upside, we broke through it, and like now we broke through it and came to the all-time high territory. Don't forget that everybody was then so bullish and everybody was telling that we will go immediately to 100k. Don't be extremely bullish in price discovery. Be conservative and trade safe. The importance of relevant support levels is key to success. I gave you a lot of support levels that will indicate to you that we are probably falling down, and what you need to keep an eye on if you want to see higher prices, because you don't want to be stuck if we are in a bear market after this, like it happened in November 21, and we are now in November 24. The thing is, I know that past events don't guarantee future events, but learn from past events. To be clear and to say one more time what I expect will happen. I expect that we will probably reach 82k, hit this yellow trend line and then be rejected in wave 2 in a 3-wave sequence to the downside, where in that wave 2 I don't want it to breach this yellow trend line, this low, or around 55k at 786 retracement level. The first indications that we are going lower is a break of this green trend line, and I will be watching for support at this red trend line. And I wouldn't be surprised if in the next week or so we fill this news event pump and we fall down to 69k and then continue up to 82k before retracing in a wave 2. Be cautious right now. I gave you all of the relevant levels at this moment, and I will update you when things happen, supports break or targets are hit. And don't forget to like, share and subscribe if you want these updates from me. And see you in the next video. Like always, bye bye.